A lot of people have taken a look at this market. I've got charts of the NASDAQ up right here and say that it doesn't make sense, and they've got a point, right? Global pandemic, the worst employment numbers since the Great Depression, and here we are on the NASDAQ, only about 6-7% away from all-time highs. It doesn't make sense. It boggles the mind. I'm reminded of what my friend Adam Robinson says. If you don't know who Adam Robinson is, he's been interviewed a couple of times by Tim Ferriss. Go check out the interviews, look it up on YouTube or Tim's book, Tribe of Mentors. He's in there. It's absolutely fantastic. But what Adam says is that it's not the market that doesn't make sense. It's your model of the market that doesn't make sense. So if you are relying on news headlines and all different other kinds of numbers to predict which way the market should move, up, down, or sideways, and it's not doing what your model or your interpretation, your beliefs of what should happen is happening, then it's not the market that's wrong. The market always makes sense. It's your interpretation of what's happening that doesn't make sense to you. And when we start to think of it that way, it's made me want to rely on a model that doesn't take into account what the news of the day is. What I'm interested in is my system giving me an edge to trade this and make money consistently? The way that I've gone and done that is by looking at what the indexes are doing. I'm interested in what they're doing on monthly charts, on weekly charts, on daily charts, and starting to see how those trends are changing over time. I think of it kind of like seasons. When you look outside and you see seasons changing, first you might see a leaf on the ground. You pick that leaf up, and if you're only looking at that leaf, then you might think that, oh, well, winter's here. But if you start to take into account the trees, right? So if we're looking at the intermediate term trend, the weekly charts as trees, then it's like, well, yeah, I've got this one leaf, but the tree might be green. If the tree isn't green, if the tree is dead, then, oh, well, maybe the season is changing. Then we take a look at the monthly charts. And that I would equate that to being the entire forest. So if we are looking at a leaf, a tree, and a forest, then that's starting to give us an idea of where the overall trend is going. And we're not relying on news headlines or what we believe should be happening. We're relying on what the market itself is actually doing. We're letting the market tell us a story and tell us what season it happens to be in. And that's just one way to do it. And the other way that I look at what's the market trying to tell me is by looking at the stocks that are setting up. This is something that I'll go through on the weekends. I do this whole weekend prep. If you've not been to one of my webinars, check out marawolf.com/events and sign up for one of them. But one of the things that we do after we're done, well, looking at the major indexes, and we'll go through the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, Russell, the NYSE, and the Dow. We'll take a look at all of them, and then we'll go through the stocks that are on the watch list, because how they're setting up is a huge tell to what we should be doing. If the stocks are bullish and they're setting up in bullish patterns, then that's the market giving us data that says that, hey, you should start to get bullish. And then be open to more of a bullish bias, and if it does fall, then you're out. You're not trying to predict. You're making yourself available for the opportunity that is there. That's what the edge is. That's how casinos operate. A casino isn't trying to win every single hand. It doesn't care if you hit the jackpot and somebody else hits the jackpot. They know that at the end of the night, they're going to walk away winners. Why? Because they've got an edge. That's what you and I need to do in order to consistently win at this game. And if we're building a model like that, that's not trying to predict, that's not trying to rely on the news, that's not trying to rely on what we think should be happening, but is making us available to what can happen, what actually is happening, and has a mathematical edge to it that allows us to win over time, then that's what's going to allow us to win and consistently make money at this game. It's a lot about what I talk about on those weekend webinars and on my website, marawealth.com. Check out both of those. Much of it's for free, and I'll hopefully see you at one of them real soon.